So this video is going to I'm such a tit. This video is going to be a chatty kind of update on the wedding day video. So if you've not seen on my channel, the wedding video is up. We got married over a week ago now, nearly 2 weeks ago now, so we thought we'd do a video kind of chatting about how we thought it went, how things that we kind of wish that we hadn't have bothered with money wise, and stuff that we're really happy that we did do. We have a load of companies here that we're not being paid to say, just put it out there, but companies that we actually, if only we could get paid for it. No, the companies that we recommend that we used for the wedding and stuff like that. So we're going to start with kind of the rundown of how the morning went. My morning kind of went really well. I was really worried that I was going to be like a nervous wreck. If you don't really know from this channel, I do have a lot of anxiety. I had gone through a lot of therapy, which I still need to do an update on, before the wedding, so I kind of was a lot more relaxed going into the day. I had Claire here, my bridesmaid, so it was kind of really relaxing morning. We were up until about 1 o'clock in the morning just chatting and watching films, and we finally went to sleep, and I actually got a good 6-7 hours sleep, which I was didn't think that was going to happen. And then I was woken up by Mia, our daughter, at about 6:30. And yeah, the whole morning just ran really smoothly, with the photographer who turned up, and then the hair and makeup and the cars and all that kind of stuff. And we just really chilled and had a laugh and had music playing and everything. So our morning was pretty smooth. How was yours in the hotel?
Well, apart from the fact I struggled to sleep in the bed because the duvet weighed a ton, and it was
meant for 2 people.
It was meant, well, yeah, because it was a double bed and it was just so hot I couldn't sleep. I didn't fall asleep till probably 2 o'clock, and that was just purely through, I couldn't sleep because of the duvet.
Oh, so you wasn't?
No.
No, you wasn't nervous.
I got up at about 9:30, I think. Went and had breakfast and did nothing till about midday.
So you started getting ready?
Yeah.
You had such an easy, like, I'd already been up and started getting ready by the time you'd got up. I knew though, I was saying to Claire, the bridesmaid, saying, he's probably not even up.
Yeah.
He's probably sitting watching YouTube videos, he's not even...
No. No, I woke up at 9:30. Rich texted me because he wanted to go for breakfast.
The best man.
And yeah, that was it. Went and had breakfast and then just went and sat in the hotel room until about 11, 12 o'clock before I even started to get ready.
So easy.
Easy.
Okay, so going through the morning, the first person who turned up for me was the photographer, who is a lovely lady called Francesca. We actually could just call her Fran, but she proper knows Francesca. And she's not a professional photographer, but she's a good photographer. She should do it as a profession because she's amazing. And we asked her to be our photographer. She's a really close friend of ours. She's actually the girlfriend of Rich, who is the best man. So yeah, she turned up on time. She was actually early. She came and she was taking photos of us getting ready and all that kind of stuff. The kids love her, so they were posing for her. Mia was doing spins in her dress for photos. That's probably why she took over 1,000 photos for the day. So yeah, so she was amazing. She does have a Facebook page. It is her personal page, so it is private, but her photography albums are public, so you can have a look at some of the photography she does do. I'll link her below. But yeah, she's absolutely amazing. She did do the photos for our engagement photo shoot. Well,
practice photo
yeah,
shoot.
It was more a practice photo shoot, so she could get used to kind of, because obviously she's a friend of ours, she was a little bit, she needed a little bit more confidence, saying, look, right, kiss now, right now stop kissing, right now do this. So it's kind of, she just needed to kind of have the confidence to do that, and we needed the confidence to pose.
Yeah, but to be fair, when you're posing for the sake of posing and when you're posing because you've got married are kind of two different. I was more comfortable posing because I just got married rather
than just
posing for the sake of posing. Yeah.
But yeah, so no, she's amazing. So she was a photographer. The next person is the hair and makeup lady. Now that she's a lady called Vanessa. Sorry, I've got all like the notes to my side. She has an Instagram page called Essex Hair and Makeup. Again, I'll link her below. She also has a website by the same name. She was incredible. She came into the room when it was the trial, and it was just me and her, and she was like a massive ball of energy coming into the room. She's so positive and so excitable and happy that she made me even more excited. So when she came on the day, she came in, and obviously my children were here, and Claire was here, and Fran was here, the photographer, and she just got on with everyone. She was dancing to the music we had on. She was so professional. She managed to get myself, Claire, hair and makeup both, and then Mia to have her hair done, and she was amazing. The kids actually loved her. If anyone knows our children in person, they are quite shy kids until they get to know you, and the fact that they had never met her before and they were going up to her and chatting to her. Mia was showing her all her little makeup and things that she's got, and she was talking to Mia and chatting to her and stuff like that, and making it a game that she was doing her hair, and she didn't need to be like that. She could have just made her sit and just do her hair, but she was so professional. I definitely recommend her, and her prices were completely affordable compared to so many that I was looking at. It got to a point where we were actually thinking about me just doing my own hair and makeup because the prices were unreal until I found her. So she was really good. Yeah, the cars. I had a few people asking what car we had. We had a taxi. Not like a normal, like a black cab, but mine was, ours was blue.
Well, he
changed his car. The guy that changed, because up the road to where we live, it's a taxi rank, so they all kind of line up, and you kind of jump in when you want a taxi. And I just randomly walked over to them
people
one
know
day.
how a taxi rank works, but
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just getting well, obviously people know how taxis work.
But no.
It's not a how-to guide. How to get a taxi.
Shut up.
Get in said taxi, take ride, pay cab, leave.
Anyway, so we were struggling
And
to
better
find.
stay in, by the way. No outside video. That's staying in.
That's staying in. We were struggling to find a taxi or a car for the wedding.
No.
We were on a really tight budget.
We found a car and it was affordable, but the problem was we had to travel. I would have had to have gone to South London to view the car and then to book it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really don't have time.
As well, obviously, where I've got my parents and my children, who obviously my children don't drive, but my parents don't drive. So it's getting them there as well, and then we were thinking of just getting a main car for us, and it was just getting so expensive. And I remember just walking up to the taxi guys and just going, look, I need 2 taxis for the 1st of August, one to take my brother and my mum and the kids and the bridesmaid to the venue for the ceremony, and the other one to take me and my dad, and then to hang around and take other people. I mean, it was the best choice we ever did. It came to, I think,
50 quid it works out.
50 quid for one car and 15 for the other one, so it was 65 altogether. £65, and I had one car that took obviously my mum, my brother, the kids and Claire to the ceremony. We had my car, which was me and my dad, took us to the ceremony, waited around, then took my family, so my mum, my dad, the kids and my brother, to the reception, came back, picked me and Stephen up and took us there. So we were only in the cars for less than an hour. We did book him for 2 hours because obviously he had to hang around, but
well, from pick up to last drop off point, was 2 hours. Yeah,
so it was, the price was incredible. So seriously, if you are really trying to just struggling to find an affordable car, just find your local taxi rank. And he put ribbon on the cars, you know, he was so professional, and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely Steve, no, Dave.
Oh, Dave.
Steve was the other guy, the character, the one I can't say. No, Dave was the cab guy. It was weird how we picked Dave over all the cabs.
Everyone knows Dave.
So yeah, talking about what we actually wore, obviously I wasn't going to share my dress in a haul video, so my dress was from David's Bridal. Their shop is in the UK, is in Westfield Stratford, shopping centre in Stratford, and Westfield Stratford, and it's quite a small shop for what it is. It's a small shop. It's quite high. There's like 3 levels, but it's a small shop. You've really got to find it. And they have their main warehouse is actually in the US. So here in the UK, when you go into David's Bridal, you try on multiple dresses. I actually picked the 3rd dress that I tried on. I might share on Instagram some of like a throwback Thursday or something to some of the dresses I did try on. Some of them were a little bit too revealing. So I might need to put like blinkers on them. But yes, so I went in with my mum and the kids, and they were really lovely in there. They didn't mind I had 2 kids with me. And yeah, the only thing that I didn't like was that when you pick your dress, or you find the dress, they make you ring a bell. I didn't know this. No one told me this. That it's a thing that when a bride has found her dress, I said to the woman, this is the dress, I'd like to buy this dress, and I turned around to see the kids and turned back round, and there was about 10 faces looking at me.
And for someone with anxiety.
And I literally wanted the ground to swallow me. And then she handed me this bell. I'm going to have to try and insert the video footage of this. But my mum filmed it, and she was like, you found your dress, well done, whatever. Here's to find your dress, now ring the bell. So I'm sitting there ringing it, and everyone's cheering because I'm ringing. I'm like, kill me now. Ringing this bell. Oh my god, it was mortifying. So if you're getting ready to buy your wedding dress, beware.
There may be a tradition.
There may be a tradition that you have to ring a bell.
Or do something. I'm sure there's another one I've seen you have to do when you find
play a triangle or something.
Yeah. Blow a trumpet or something like that.
It was
no, I'm sure there's other ones.
I can't remember. But yeah, it was mortifying. But yeah, picked the dress, and then obviously they had to send off for the dress, which took about 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, because all their dresses are imported.
All their dresses are imported from the US, and actually the US store is where they film. Say yes to the dress.
Yes to the dress.
So the fact that my dress came from that store was actually quite fun. The dress itself actually only cost, I think altogether with alterations, only cost about £600.
Yeah.
It was on sale, so I just said to the woman when I walked in, I don't have a big budget. I did go over budget a little bit.
Yeah.
I had to phone Stephen and go, I need more money. But yeah, so the dress went over a little bit, but people spend 2, 3, 4, 5, God knows how many thousands and thousands of pounds on a dress. £600, including alterations, and I had sleeves put on.
To be fair, it was only probably the 2nd most expensive thing in the wedding, actually, after the catering. Well, because I have such a broad chest, like I struggle to find things in my size anyway. So I'd originally planned to go Primark and get my suits, because you can buy a 3-piece suit at Primark for 50, 60, 70 quid, which was what we was originally planning to do. But then
you don't wear suits anyway.
No, exactly.
So you didn't need a suit.
Yeah, for the fact that I was only going to wear it for a day, I was like, I'm not going to go out and spend £250, £300 on a Moss Bros suit or whatever they are.
Moss Bros.
Yeah, Moss Bros, what they're called, I don't know. And but yeah, the problem is I have such a broad chest that no one does my size in chest. I've got a 52-inch chest.
Well, it's not that as well. We had to find a suit that would then fit my dad.
No, but your dad and Rich were fine. It was just me, because I have such a broad chest that no one does my size in a broad chest, and because where you have to go up, like jeans and trousers are like a 4-inch. Like my jeans, I'm a 40 waist, but trousers I'm a 44, and to find 44 waist trousers is hard as well. And everywhere you go, someone will have the vest in my size, but not the jacket, or the trousers, or vice versa. And then we just ended up hiring them in the end. We went to Debenhams. They were £78 each.
That's with insurance, wasn't it?
Yeah, the suits were 70, which is a 3-piece suit, which is trousers, waistcoat, jacket, then an £8 insurance. When you go through, then you can get shirt, shoes.
We kind of said, because of budget-wise, we said that we would buy them the kind of basics of the suit, so the jacket, the waistcoat, and the trousers. And then Rich and my dad went out, and Stephen went out separately and bought their shirts and their shoes on their own, apart from their ties. Yeah. The ties, we bought them as well.
The ties we got from the States because they're idiot-proof, because they
had zips on.
They had zip on them, so you don't have to tie them up. You just pull them and they just tighten up.
Yeah. And they all matched then, they weren't like different sizes.
Williams Dicky bow was ordered from the States. Yes,
Williams bow tie was from the States as well. I'll have to try and find the website from what they were from. I can't remember. Then we bought them way early in the planning of the wedding.
Yeah, only because they were coming from the States, and because I think the ties were like a £5 each.
Yeah, they weren't really cheap.
They weren't expensive at all.
The catering. So the lovely lady called Jill, who has a company called Frills Catering, I'll put all her links below. She did our catering. Now, we did have a lot of compliments on food. We had people going up for 3rds and 4ths and 5th helpings because the food was incredible. We didn't have a sit-down meal, mainly because I didn't want to bother trying to
cater for everyone.
We had some vegetarians there, we had people with dietary needs, and as well, when you have a sit-down meal, you have to have a seating plan, and no, the seating plan
it's not that as well. It's the venue we had was
quite small.
It was
room.
Yeah, well, we didn't realise that until like we'd gone and decorated all the night before, got there, and like, and we was like, oh yeah. First of all, the tables, they said, oh, these tables can seat 10 people, and they couldn't. You could get 9
just about got 8 or 9 round.
Was it? No, it was 8 rounds. It was 8 rounds, 8 comfortably. So they got tired.
People did not want to sit like.
Yeah, and by the time we turned up, every table was packed. Which was 5 tables.
We didn't expect that many people to turn up though.
Yeah, exactly.
We were quite surprised by how many people turned up. We were really excited about that.
Yeah. So and because there's 2 halls in the venue.
The bigger
the hall we
had
doesn't have a kitchen, so you can't do hot food or anything. So
yeah, we did have caterers. Well, we didn't have caterers, but the venue recommend their own caterers.
They have an in-house caterer.
Yes, who obviously works in the kitchen for the bigger room. Where we wanted the smaller room, we were allowed to bring in our own caterers. So we went on the hunt for our own caterers.
Yeah. And if you used the main hall, you weren't allowed to use the kitchen if you brought in outside caterers.
Yeah,
yeah.
But the thing is, we didn't want a sit-down meal, so it was pointless using the room that had a kitchen because we wouldn't have used it.
Yeah.
So the caterer we brought in was Jill with Frills Catering. We looked for months or weeks looking for caterers that were affordable. In the area, and that were nice, were actually nice people. The amount of people that I must have emailed countless amount of caterers, and the email I got back from Jill was so lovely. I phoned her, and she sounded like my nan, which was hilarious, and she was just so professional, and we went and met her. She'd done us like a little spread, like a little teaser, so we could taste what she does. He fell in love with all the food. The sausages that she made.
Which I only had 4 of on the day.
Yeah. He ate more of the sausages that he fell in love with at the actual tasting than at the actual wedding day.
I cleaned the plate at the caterer's house, but at the wedding I literally had 4.
She did like 5 or 6 of each thing at the tasting, and we polished a lot.
How much did we pay for the catering? 700?
600-700, but that was with the cupcakes as well.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't her friend who did the cupcakes.
Yeah, but it was all in one price for her.
Oh, so it was 700 for the catering and the cupcakes, plus she sourced the wedding cake separately.
Yeah, she recommended. We were going to speak about the wedding cake separately, but she had like contacts in places.
Yeah, but then
so she knew someone who did the
she's basically
cupcakes.
A wedding planner.
Yeah, she knew someone who did the cupcakes, which people took away as the original favours. Yeah, so she sourced those. She found the clear boxes that all the cakes went in. and so yeah, she found them and bought those for us, so we didn't have to worry about getting them.
Helped us with because for the price we got, what was that catered for? 50 people.
Cake for 50 people.
So you had food for 50
cupcakes.
people, cupcakes, 2 members
of staff who were giving out food,
and drinks
and orange juice
when we got there.
Which we bought.
Plus she was there as well.
She
watch over it all.
Yeah, and they stayed.
For what we paid, it was like, that's probably the best £700 I'll ever spend.
Yeah, it was the best. I was definitely willing to pay out. I would have paid more for her, way more for her, because it's not only the fact that the food was amazing. She was an incredible person. Like she, you know, we had to go up. We were going up every couple of weeks or a couple of months and paying her. She welcomed us into her home. She was very happy if I wanted to take the children with me if I needed to. She, you know, she completely understood about my anxiety. I did warn her that I'd need kind of updating and reassuring a lot leading up to the wedding. She'd text me and ring me, not all the time, but like every couple of weeks, or email me to keep me up to date with how things were going. There was a bit of an issue a couple of weeks before the wedding. She couldn't really source the white tablecloths that we wanted. So she was like, oh my god, I need tablecloths. And then just buy purple ones. It's a purple and white wedding, buy purple ones. But she kept us so up to date, and she called me the next day and sent me pictures of the ones she'd bought, and are these okay? Are you sure I can go back out and get them? She was so attentive to us.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the fact that woman does weddings pretty much every weekend.
Well, she does everything: birthdays, weddings, funerals. But
yeah,
she's basically
catering every weekend.
She might as well just be classified as an organizer, really, because she does more than just food. She
put us in contact with a lot of people for the wedding that we didn't even know. The wedding
even stuff like when we wanted chair covers, she was like, oh right, well here's the company I use for chair covers. Blah,
yeah, like
blah,
she knew, like we were struggling with chair covers right up until a couple of weeks before the wedding, and she was like phoning people and sourcing people and trying to help us out as much as she could. So yeah, definitely go check her out. She is based in the Romford and Dagenham area, but she's willing to travel. She does have a car. I have asked her. She does travel out if she does need to. But yeah, she is incredible. I absolutely loved her. So yeah, what's next? The word I can't say. The
caricaturist.
That one. We wanted something for the wedding. That
£200 well spent.
100.
100.
It was only 100.
No, it wasn't.
Was it 200?
It was 200.
Oh, 200 then. I can't remember.
I say it was 100, man. I was going to stay for another 2 hours.
I swear he was only 100.
No, it was 200.
I can't. Anyway,
you might want to put an anecdote or an asterisk in the top corner right about here
to tell you
to say how much the actual price was.
I think it was. It might. Oh no, it's 2. I think it was 2. Anyway.
No price here. Forget it. It's gone.
Yeah. I can't say it. The
caricaturist.
I can't say it. We wanted
caricaturist.
We wanted something for the wedding that was different. We wanted people to come away from our wedding and go, oh, I didn't expect to see that. Oh, that was a bit different. We looked at sweet carts. Everyone has sweet carts.
Too warm as well.
We looked at chocolate fountains, but I would just stuck my face in it, to be honest. I probably wouldn't. Too warm as well. We looked at photo booths, like the actual booth itself you walk into, but there was no space for that. So yes, we were trying to find something different for the wedding, and we come across Steve. His company's called Draw For You. He has a Facebook and Instagram. I think he has a website, but he definitely has Facebook and Instagram linked below. It was very kind of like the last couple of months before the wedding that we found him, and
to be fair though, he wasn't the first one we originally tried to book.
Yeah,
but I'm still really glad because what it is you obviously
people get booked up quite early on.
It's not that. It's when you look at these people, you obviously go by their drawings and what they do. And the first one we looked at, we was like, we want that guy, and then he was like, oh, I'm not available for the date. And then when we found Steve. We actually really liked his drawings, but as well, he's such an amazing character himself.
He's so funny. He was incredible. He turned up a little bit late, but we understand he was.
But he compensated and stayed.
Yeah.
The 15
so obviously we booked him
was.
for the 2 hours, so he stayed for exactly the 2 hours. So because he was late, he stayed later. which was no fault of his own. Drawing people, he didn't just kind of sit there and be drawing. He'd be chatting to them. We had some quite funny stories.
Yeah. yeah.
Some of them I don't think we're going to say. He was flirting with a few people.
Yeah. If you were to book him, he how can I describe him?
He's very eccentric. Like, I don't think half the stuff he was saying was actually true.
Yeah, well, not that, but it's like you wouldn't expect him to say something like that. So, just if you are going to book him, he's a really nice guy, but just be open-minded about his sense of humour.
Yeah, like, he has a very particular sense of humour.
Not even that, he means it all in the kindest and funniest way.
Yeah.
But if you're old-fashioned and easily offended by certain things, you probably could take it the wrong way.
It can get obviously a little bit awkward because you're going to stand
hilarious.
There. And you're waiting for this guy because he started with us and he was trying to chat, and he was sitting there chatting to us about everything, and the
thing is, you don't have to, because he's drawing freehand, you don't have to stand still and pose.
Like we were chatting to each other.
Yeah, you can talk to each other. Like,
we do actually have the pictures. This, I'm probably good. If you look on my Instagram, you'll see the close up of this. But this is the one he did of me and Stephen. There's that one. I like how he got your lip ring in that. And then my children weren't
It's not even things like that. It's like the mole and like freckles and stuff like that, kind of stuff that he got in.
And this is Mia and William, and then Mia asked him to draw a minion, so he's got a minion on there as well. I like how William's got like a gigantic chin.
The thing is, it looks like him though. That's the
it does look like him, and the fact that if you put the one he did of Mia and then the one of me, they look very similar, so you can see that he's put that we both look.
What, like a mother and daughter?
Yeah, you know what I mean. But like, he's done the same kind of eyes anyway. So yeah, so he was absolutely incredible as well. On the paper, obviously you pay a certain amount, and then all the papers are free. They all come in like plastic covers.
You need to show them the print that's on the paper.
So obviously at the top he's put celebrating the wedding of Gemma and Stephen, and then the dates. There you go. And then at the bottom we obviously had a hashtag. It wasn't any extra, but I asked him to do that. And we have our wedding hashtag at the bottom. So yeah, so all that was done for free as well. So yeah, he was incredible. I think
everyone loved him.
Everyone absolutely loved him. I know all the planner girls had one done. We had obviously Grace and Alice and Zoe and Rosanna and everyone had one done. Your parents had one done.
My mum and dad had one. I don't know if my dad did have one. I know my mum did.
Your mum and your stepdad had one?
Yeah, I don't think my dad and my
He got your mum perfect.
Yeah.
Like spot on, it was your mum.
The best one is still your brother. If you had a picture of that one.
If you follow me on Instagram, I will get, my mum's got it at her house. I will get her to send me a picture of it. My brother is like
6 foot.
6 foot thin. He's tight. He's really thin, and he had a picture with him and my mum, John, and he's drawn my brother with like a 6-inch neck.
Giraffe neck.
It was hilarious. I have to look a side by side photo.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was so funny.
I don't know nothing about the cake.
So the cake,
it was yummy.
It was good. I pretty much figured the cake out. For our wedding cake, we had a top tier, which ended up not on the cake. I don't think the cake stand was big enough. No,
you know what it was? Someone had put the cupcakes out and put them on the top tier, but didn't put the wedding cake on. But I think if they put the cake on, and when we got to cut it, it would just fallen over.
But yeah, so we did have a cake stand, which didn't work out. But we had a top tier, which was done by a guy called Tony.
It was meant to be what, tier, and then 3 or 4 layers of cupcakes.
Then cupcakes, people would take cupcakes away, so I didn't have to bother cutting cake for people, and then we'd just take the top tier. So the top tier was actually done. He knows Jill, the caterer. Jill's worked with him a few times. His name's called Tony. He has an Instagram called Tony the Cake Man. He actually did post a picture of our cake the day after the wedding.
So if you go on there,
you can see like a proper professional photo. But he was incredible. He met me at Jill's. Obviously Stephen had to have the children and stuff, and I was there paying Jill, and he came round and I chatted to him and just kind of went, it's a purple and white theme. I wanted a bit of girdiness. He makes the most incredible edible flowers that look so real. It's crazy. If you go on his Instagram, all the photos of the flowers he's done are all edible.
It wasn't that as we didn't want you didn't want a traditional fruit cake.
No, I don't like fruit cake and I don't like sponge cake.
Yeah, so you had chocolate
like
cake.
The Victoria sponge cake, I don't like it. So I wanted chocolate, and he didn't care. Like he did a triple chocolate wedding cake with white icing on, and it was
pink and
amazing.
lilac and purple flowers.
Yeah, and lace, like homemade intricate lace.
Yeah.
Like Stephen actually was pulling it off, going, and I was like, "Why are you pulling that off? It's edible."
Yeah.
Because it actually looked like real, like doily lace. It was so intricate that he'd made.
The only thing about the flowers was he had to use a styrofoam packing peanut for a base.
And he didn't know. He just put the whole flower.
So I just put the whole flower in my mouth and sitting there eating on styrofoam peanut.
Yeah, so be careful because obviously there has to be a base around it to keep it. But yeah, they're incredible. If you go on his Instagram, he's got some close up of a rose, and I said that's all edible. That's not a fake flower. That's a real. Apart from the middle. Apart from the middle, like the base of it that you can't see anyway. The DJ was sourced by Stephen's dad. It was kind of like a wedding present to us.
Yeah. Because
we couldn't find one that was affordable.
No, it wasn't that. We hadn't even attempted to look for one, but my dad had said, "Well, I work with a guy.
That's a DJ."
And
so we had no idea what this person looked like.
I'll try and see if I can get his contact details.
Yeah, we'll try and get a link below for him.
Based in the Chelmsford area.
So he travelled down. He had all the lights and everything with him. He was really good, and I felt so sorry for him because people kept going up and requesting songs.
That's the DJ's life.
Even though he was incredible that he got our first dance song. Because our first dance, we could say it now.
Yeah, but I did go up and ask him and said to him, "Did you have any problems getting the song?"
What's it called? What's the song called?
It's that
James Arthur is the original artist of it. Say You Won't Let Go.
Yeah,
you see it in the wedding video. But we did like the song, but there was
Boyce Avenue cover.
But Boyce Avenue on YouTube actually covered it, and it kind of slowed it down a bit and changed a couple of the words.
It's just the guitar and the instrumental guitar
we loved
was
it.
Nice.
And the song was just amazing, and that was our first dance. And in fact, he actually got it, and it was the cover. I was really impressed by that. So yeah, he was.
No, like I spent.
We had obviously for a haul video a couple of hauls ago that Stephen was in. I bought these tiny little purple boxes that were supposed to be for cupcakes. They were so tiny.
Did you? Oh, yeah, from the haul video, weren't they?
Yes. The haul video that I was supposed to film before the wedding that didn't actually end up getting filmed because it was too hectic. We actually decided to change those boxes into favour boxes. So inside we put some sweets,
some petals, hard-boiled
sweets, some petals, and then we bought some key rings. We bought the actual base, didn't we?
Yeah.
So it's from a shop on Etsy called Manta Makes Limited. I will link the Etsy shop below. Pretty much 99% of that Etsy shop is all woodcraft. So we actually had some tiny little, they were about that big, I haven't got one to hand, puzzle pieces, and they said a piece of our wedding day, a piece of our special day, Gemma and Stephen, and then it had the date of the wedding.
Yeah.
And they were like little puzzle pieces, and then you can choose to have the little hole put on or not. We did, and then I bought some small little key rings, like plain key rings from eBay, and then turned them into key rings.
Yeah.
So everyone got one of those. I have so many left over. Some of them without key rings on.
We got 70 of them.
There's a set amount, so you have to bought a set. So we bought 70.
Because you can only get 50 or 20, wasn't it, or something
50,
like
20 or 70. 50 we didn't want to risk there not being enough, so we bought 70. And
my mum wants like 8 of them.
Yeah, your mum wants quite a few.
She has a lot of keys apparently.
Everyone who travelled down on the day, there were so many people that travelled or like booked hotel rooms and spent. I do want to actually say a big thank you to Claire, obviously, and Rich, and also Rosanna and her husband Lawrence for staying behind and helping clear up. It was, as we went into the day, it was only supposed to be Claire and her husband, but so many people helped.
Yeah, my stepdad and mum stayed.
Yeah, and so many people stayed and helped pack up. A job that probably would have taken Claire on her own 2.5 hours to get everything down, and they did in 45 minutes. And we're out of there way before we even had finished, because we had the hall until 11. So it was.
But we left at 10, so then they were all cleared up and gone by 11:15.
So yeah, so it was so incredible the amount of people that stayed and helped. So thank you for that, because that really made her life a little bit easier. My own photo area, so there was like a mirrored bit of the room.
No, there's a giant mirror on the wall, wasn't there?
So I made all homemade huge flowers. I spent days, weeks making them.
Days.
And I
don't try and get more sympathy for something that didn't take.
I had multiple glue gun burns, and then I bought some curtains. So they're like the foiled curtains. So they were in purple. So they went down, and all the flowers.
You know, like
the top.
beads you used to get for the door frames, like
but in foil.
Everyone used to have in the 80s.
Yeah. Well, apparently to stop the flies coming in, but never stopped a fly ever. But they were foiled, so they were like floor length. They were like 8 foot long.
Yeah.
And then the flowers were at the top, and it looked really, really good. If you've seen the video, I kind of pan up the day before so you can see it.
Fell down.
And during the speeches.
My speech.
Your speech. No, it fell down a little bit during Rich's.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And then my dad done his speech, it was fine. And then Stephen got up to do his speech, and I pretty much nearly got killed by it. But I do want to say a humongous thank you to, after the speeches, the planner girls. So that was Grace, you all know who Grace is, Alice and Zoe came up to me and asked for some tape. And I was like, why do you need tape?
Scissors, tape.
Yeah, so I got the tape out of the box.
It was MacGyver. They were trying to make it out of the most minimalistic things. I've got tape, sellotape. I'm going to sort this out.
They secretly kidnapped someone, and they were trying to get tape. No, underneath the catering table, we had the box of all the stuffing that we'd used the day before to set everything up. So I got the tape and scissors out, and they're like, oh, we're just going to go and repair the flowers. So I was like, oh, okay. So I gave it to them, thinking they were just going to kind of try and like reach up and tape them back up. And I turned to see it, turn around, and I turned back round, and I see Zoe on a chair. I think it was Grace as well, but I definitely see Zoe standing on the chair, reaching up, fixing this. They fixed the whole thing so it wouldn't fall down. I don't know how much tape they put on it, but it was so funny. It was incredible. So thank you girls for doing that, because I was devastated because no one had used that bit.
Yeah, but it was after when we started to, like when we went up and started messing around with them, that's when people started using them. Yeah, we had to get, people needed a bit of encouragement. I don't think anyone knew it was there. I think it did, but it's just like, you know what it is.
No one wants to be the first person.
Yeah, no one wants to make themselves look like.
So I kind of went over and we had everyone from Argos.
Yeah, we started using it,
and doing the photos, and Claire was getting people up to do it, and the planner girls went over and took some photos of like the photo booth that I'd made and stuff. So yeah, it was good in the end, but I was kind of getting a little bit like, oh, no one's actually using it. Another thing we want to say is a huge thank you to everyone who gave us cards and gifts and money and all that kind of stuff. Claire obviously packed it all up and gave it to us the following night, and we went through it all, and we could not believe the generosity of everyone. We have got thank you cards going out. I have just finished writing them out, so if you came to the wedding and you gave us a card or anything like that, you will be getting a thank you card in the post soon. Everything for this video, I don't know how long this video is going to be. 9
parts. 9 parts.
But what I did want to say quickly is I'm starting a new wedding series on this channel. So if you're really into the wedding, on our wedding or wedding stuff, and would like wedding videos, they're going to be every single Wednesday. So it's going to be called Wedding Wednesday. So it will either be not
every Wednesday, but
most Wednesdays there's going to be some sort of wedding video up. So it will either be a scrapbook page from the wedding, smashbook, journal pages, tip videos, vlogs from the day, because obviously we're waiting for more professional footage to come through, so more professional video will be going up probably towards the end of the month. Possibly. Stuff like that, and it's all going to be Wednesday. So if you're really not into wedding stuff and you're really not into this kind of stuff, Wednesdays are the days to ignore my channel. But yeah, so I didn't want to kind of inundate people with all the wedding stuff, because come on, I'm going to be doing like a billion scrapbook pages. But they will only be up on Wednesdays, so make sure you subscribe to find those on Wednesdays. But yes, so we're going to go, and I'm going to attempt to edit this video with all this TV light going on. We should have turned that off. It is now dark outside from when we started filming. But yeah, any last words?
Street line's really bright.
But yeah, we're gonna go, and I will talk to you, or he won't. I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye.